Breaking the cycle, how to stop repeating the same mistakes. Have you ever felt like life keeps leading you back to the same pain, just dressed in different clothes? Why do we promise to change, yet find ourselves stuck in the same loop again and again? And what if the answer isn't to judge ourselves, but to awaken gently, with compassion and clarity? Sometimes life feels like a spiral staircase. We climb and climb, believing we're ascending, yet somehow we find ourselves staring at the same view, the same heartache, the same reaction, the same regret. We try to change. We make promises to ourselves. Never again, we say, but then again happens, and we wonder, what's wrong with me? Why do I keep ending up here? The answer, through the lens of Buddhist wisdom, is not harsh judgment. It's not failure. It's a quiet call to wake up. The Buddha didn't shame those who struggled. He understood. He saw deeply the roots of suffering, and more importantly, he illuminated the path out of it. At the heart of our repeating patterns lies a single word, avidya, which means not seeing clearly, not ignorance in a crude sense, but a gentle blindness, a sleepwalking through life. We don't make the same mistakes because we're bad or broken. We make them because part of us hasn't yet fully awakened. We're living on autopilot, reacting to life through old stories, outdated beliefs, and unconscious habits. It's like walking through a dim room. You keep bumping into the same table, bruising the same spot. Until one day, you decide to turn on the light. That light is awareness. When we live without mindfulness, we are at the mercy of our programming, chasing pleasure, avoiding pain, repeating familiar stories. But with awareness, a subtle shift begins. We start to ask, why did I say that? Why did I go back there? What am I really seeking? This moment of reflection is powerful. It's the crack where light begins to seep through. The Buddha taught, whatever one frequently thinks and ponders upon, that will become the inclination of the mind. In other words, your mind is always listening. Whatever you feed it, it becomes. If we keep feeding it fear, blame, and insecurity, those grooves can deepen. But if we begin planting even the smallest seeds of awareness and insight, the path begins to bend in a new direction. Another reason we return to the same patterns is tanha, craving, attachment, not just to things, but to comfort, to familiar pain, to illusions of control. We chase what feels good in the moment, even when we know it hurts us in the long run. Why? Because even pain, if it's familiar, can feel safer than peace we've never known. Imagine someone returning to a relationship that continually wounds them. It's not because they don't know better. It's because they're still attached to a version of love they once dreamed about. A version they still hope might return. This is the trap of craving. It blinds us. It binds us. The Buddha reminded us, from craving arises sorrow. From craving arises fear. But for one who is free from craving, there is no sorrow, no fear. Freedom begins when we realize that not every desire deserves to be followed. Not every want is worthy of our peace. And when we ban, even gently, to stop feeding those cravings, we create space for something else: healing, clarity, stillness. But perhaps the most subtle and powerful force of all is what Buddhism calls habit energy. This is karma, not as punishment, but as momentum. the unseen patterns built from our past thoughts, words, and actions, like grooves worn into the mind. Each time we react in anger, numb with avoidance, or shrink in self-blame, we deepen those grooves. And when we're tired, stressed, or unaware, the mind takes the path of least resistance. We say, "I didn't even think, I just did it again." It wasn't failure. It was simply habit energy taking over. But karma is not fate. It is flexible. It responds to awareness. The Buddha said, "Drop by drop, the water pot is filled." Likewise, the wise one, gathering peace little by little, transforms their life. One breath, one pause, one choice. Even the smallest conscious act, taken with presence, begins to rewrite the story. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are awakening. Mistakes are not proof of your unworthiness. They are invitations to go deeper, to understand, to forgive, to return. The Buddha never demanded perfection. He asked only for awareness, for the courage to observe without judgment, and to begin again each time we fall. So if today you find yourself in a familiar place, a cycle you swore you'd never return to, pause, breathe. You are not starting over. You are starting from wisdom. You are carrying every lesson with you. And with each mindful breath, each act of self-compassion, you plant new seeds, seeds of peace, of insight, of freedom. And slowly, like a sunrise breaking the long night, a new path begins to appear. The Buddha once said, "Just as a candle cannot burn without fire, a human cannot live without spiritual life." And this spiritual life begins not in temples, but in your willingness to turn inward, to awaken, and to walk again, this time with eyes open. If this message brought you a breath of stillness, stay with us. Subscribe to Whispers Within. Here, we walk this path not to escape life, but to meet it with gentle courage and deeper clarity. One step, one breath, awakening at a time.